Benvenuta, welcome. Maria Smith, Catholic life coach and translator of Don Dolindo's autobiography. In this excerpt, Father Dolindo is still in Taranto, although he will soon be asked to leave, and not on good terms. Father Dolindo describes the wretched condition of the seminary in Taranto, emphasizing that it was inundated with truly serious problems. By nature, quiet and unassuming, when Father Dolindo was asked to give a talk to the seminarians, he was inspired to deliver a fiery, impassioned lecture. His blunt and pointed question, addressed to seminarians more than a century ago, in 1907, can be perfectly applied to the majority of us right now in our current times. Where is the courage of those who hate evil if they remain in cowardly silence, fearing retaliation? Father Dolindo writes, "At the time, disorder and chaos reigned in the seminary of Taranto. An ongoing battle that was all the more perilous, waged as it was in a subtle and hidden manner. The young men were kept away from us and our influence. Taranto was dying spiritually. The clergy there was small in number. The churches were deserted. The sacraments were not frequented. Dissolution was rampant due to the large number of sailors making port in Taranto. There were many seminarians at the seminary, but quite a few were there only to inflate the numbers. They paid very little tuition, yet were offered the opportunity of being promoted with few prerequisites. And so the seminary was awash with truly serious troubles. To defend the honor of God and the virtue of future clergy from a certain individual who was endangering it, I mustered up the courage to overcome my usual timid nature and felt empowered to deliver a forceful, impassioned speech. Addressing the young seminarians, I made a heartfelt appeal to their sense of honor, speaking in such a powerful way that all were amazed. I spoke to them. Dear young men, I received the invitation to speak to you only yesterday evening, and so have not had much time to prepare. In addition, this morning I was hearing confessions until a little while ago, and afterwards I had to put a certain person in his place, a certain someone who has been smearing the seminary with lurid tales, causing great damage to the diocese and to many souls as well. As no one dared rebuke him, I took it upon myself to remind him of his duty. But praise be to God! If there is a Diocletian to protect such a person, there is also a Paul to unveil him in the name of God. Who dares to desecrate the vineyard of the Lord? And where is the courage of those who hate the evil, yet remain in cowardly silence, fearing retaliation? My dear young seminarians, in the name of God, I tell you that the life you are leading is worse than that of the unbelievers. And you, priests, before you go back to your parishes, from your own hearts, first wash off the mud that sullied them in this seminary. My speech was received with astonished silence and fear. Those who had seen me always quiet, reticent, and reserved, were stunned by such intensity and such boldness. That particular individual consequently lost all his diabolical power. Naturally, my speech upset those in charge, and they compelled the rector to send us away. In order to keep the peace, the rector sent a telegram to the visiting priest of the missionaries in Naples, requesting our immediate removal from Taranto. Thus, Father Dolindo's sojourn in Taranto abruptly came to an end. It was a time of turmoil and humiliation, yet Father Dolindo himself realized how this experience compelled him to grow in virtue. Let's ask Don Dolindo's intercession to also respond in a courageous, virtuous manner when there is error that needs to be corrected. Our Lady of Victory, pray for us. Sia lodato Gesù Cristo, sempre sia lodato. Arrivederci till next time. God bless.